Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to Dissect. Of course, I go by the name of Novelist.
And I am Jewel.
What's up, Jay?
Uh, you know what? You know what?
What's with the long what's with the long sigh?
I don't know. I'm excited about tonight. It's just all about us tonight.
yeah, it is about us tonight. I can tell you're excited. A lot of female viewers of Dissect is excited.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah.
Good to know.
I've been getting those text messages. Oh, this should be interested. So I feel like I'll probably be gang up on tonight, but it's all good.
Represent hard tonight then.
I'm gonna be myself like I'm always, and hopefully you guys enjoy the show. So
Yeah. So I guess from the top, we should just introduce our topic, what we're doing tonight, and just get into it, I guess. So before we started our season, Novelist and I said that, once a month we were going to come on and just do our little thing and just have a talk show, do something different. And we started in November. It's now January, like almost February, and we haven't had our own platform, our own
right.
time to talk. And that's because, we've been busy with guests and, sometimes people want to know about us. So we thought, let's do a special episode where you get to know us a little bit more and our opinions and how we think about things. And you get to ask us questions.
Yeah. So
So,
we'll do all that in the next 30 seconds, a minute or so.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the intro of Dissect and come back. You guys get your popcorn, your chips, your mangoes, and all that.
So I'm Janine Zabi Cross.
I'm Janelle Zabi. And where's Zabi Street?
This is Wetty Beats on the inside and we're ready to
Are you, Jewel? I think you have hidden talents that you're not talking about.
I just get at the bar. Ain't no bar, I say drum.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that they've done such a good job with hospitality and welcoming all people in.
Well, Samantha Moon.
So my name is Claudette Alona Peters.
I am Selena.
And then that's how it started. When I came home,
My name is Pumpa. Stage name, of course.
Well, I was born in Spanish Town, Jamaica.
I am Evelina Blanc.
I am a mother first. I think I'm a really wonderful friend. I did a really great business.
I gotta be ready because you're like, oh, she picked that. No, I didn't.
No. I am Kendra Stephen. I am Rena Charles, aka Mystery.
People forward in victory.
Yes.
And we're back.
Yeah.
So, how are we getting this started, Jay?
Well, we're just gonna tell them about the topic. I was just writing down the WhatsApp number because I'm trying to get my people in my corner. So
Okay.
make sure that they could chime in.
Mm.
So the viewers that are out there, we do have a WhatsApp number that you can call in, leave a voice note, leave a message, just to share your opinion. Tonight, we've decided to call this show the Battle of the Sexes. It's not really a battle because Novelist and I are cordial. We're hoping to stay friends after this episode. So it's really just like talking about men and women, how we think about, maybe we're going to talk about relationships and how we do things and how others do things. So the WhatsApp number that you can call into is 613-329-9434. And just set that up and just put Dissect for your contact and you can chime in.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, just to let you know, I have my little red flag. So when you say something that's a red flag,
everything I say is a red flag. You might as well pin the thing behind you. I am a red. You see, I came with a red hat because I am a red flag. I'm a problem. I already know that.
Yeah.
You know, a question that's been coming up a lot lately. Man, you see, where's my brain already going? I gotta control myself. But a question that's been coming up a lot lately. Everybody's into this 50-50 thing. Are you one of those people, Jay, that believe in like 50-50? Like
50-50 as in finances or
as
like
in just your
everything in
relationship
general?
period. I mean, whether it's finances, whether it's cooking dinner, whether it's, taking care of the house,
Mhm.
whatever.
So I like to think of myself as a mixture. I'm a mixture of traditional and modern woman because I go out to work. So I make some bread.
Right.
And not just in the home, but I make some bread outside. So
Right.
I work and I come home and I do the traditional stuff. I cook, I clean, I serve.
Right.
I'm using the word serve
Serve.
my husband.
Some women don't like that,
Okay, I'm using the word, but he also does the same for me.
Right.
So in my household, it's 50-50. It doesn't, it's just how it is. We both take care of everything, pretty much. Well, not everything.
Okay.
I'm rolling my eyes about not everything. The
Well,
laundry,
but that's
laundry
the
is a
whole
no-no.
thing. That's why I personally do not believe in 50-50. I don't believe anything in your relationship is equal. Period.
Yeah.
First of, I don't even believe men and women are equal. To be period,
Okay.
like blunt, right? There's certain things that a woman does in the house that a man cannot do. There's a certain things that men do in the house that women cannot do, or there's certain things that we need assistance. So that's why I do not believe in
Can you
50.
be a little bit more specific about the things that women cannot do?
Okay.
Because I'm of the belief that women can do everything.
Anybody could do everything.
Be
Right?
specific. Like
Anybody, but okay,
let's
physical
be
stuff in the house.
transparent.
Like you're not gonna find. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say like there's no women that does those things, but you're not gonna find your average woman trying to build a cupboard. You're not gonna find the average woman, messing with the lights or,
That's me.
stuff like that, right? So just like you might not find the average man that probably wants to clean the house properly. Like, not saying that, cleaning is a woman job, but there's some men that just believe that ain't for them. You know what I mean? So
So wait,
providing,
okay. Are you talking about 50-50 or are you talking
I'm
about
talking about 50-50. I'm
are you
talking
talking
about
about
everything.
role division?
Everything.
Because there's role division where men do these things, because you just listed out some things that seem
That
to be traditionally like a male's role and
right,
traditionally a woman's role, right?
right.
So are you talking about, is it divided 50-50 by roles or divided 50-50 by
I'm just using I'm
circumstances?
using these as example. It's everything,
Okay.
period, in the
Okay.
house.
Okay.
Right? Sometimes you may cook more than your husband. Sometimes he may cook more than you. So it's just everything in general. I'm not pinpointing particulars. Everything.
Okay. Okay. I
I
got some
do.
fire signs. Who is the fire for? Wait. We gotta
Uh,
specify when
no,
emojis are coming in. Is
the
this for the women or the?
no,
So we're gonna say
the
men
fire's
are
the
men
fire
are
is for me
Mars,
because I'm cooking right now.
men are Mars, and woman is Venus. Okay, so you can use those words to chime in.
Fire the conversation. There you go. And those are not Nika words. Those are somebody else. Nika is typing for. So
All right.
we
So
know that.
Nika's
Anyway.
Nika's just she's the spokesperson. She's like putting in the comments that people are putting out there.
Yeah.
So thank you for commenting. I like that. All right. So do you want to get more into that because you went there?
Well, into the 50 feet. We can. I mean, I'm just pointing out what, you know, things that happens in your house on a regular, right?
Okay.
Not everybody's house. As far as I'm concerned, I do not have a problem with a woman working. It's the modern day we live in. The more the merrier, so to put it. However, I grew up in a house where I saw my dad going to work and I saw my mom taking care of the house.
Being a homemaker.
Um, Right. So this is what I'm used to. So if you want to use that against me, I feel sorry for you. But my whole thing is this is that a man is to provide, so I cannot do the 50-50. I'm a man. I feel like I should provide, I should protect, I should do, and then we come back to you want to work, do not have a problem with that at all. But I just believe in a man should provide, a man should protect, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I stand with that.
Okay. Um, well, you know what? I think circumstances really makes the situation what it is. Like, some women, yeah, I'm not that woman. Some women are into seeking out that man who's going to take care of them.
Right.
There's women who I hear this, they use the term, I'm a kept woman, right? So they stay at home and they take care of things, right? So I don't know if people know who Samuel is or was, because he passed away. He was this like machismo man who would say a lot of things talking about being the alpha male or the what is the word he used to use?
Dominant male?
No. Oh my gosh. I'm referring to him and I can't remember the word that he used to use, but he used to basically say that a man is the protector, the provider, and does all these things. And the woman, if you want to be with, a high value man. So he works a certain job. Maybe he makes over 100,000.
He knows himself.
And he makes over 100,000. He is well put together, and he's, his partner has to be someone who's able to match him. So he doesn't necessarily want the woman who's out there working. She could work, as you said, but she also has to be able to take care of the house and do all these things. You want to work, but the house needs to be taken care of. I'm not doing it as a high value man because so and so. And what's the comment?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it comes to the person's choice. And I, as much as I would love, it's dreamy, it's ideal, yes. Which woman wouldn't want to be taken care of, right? But I prefer to build with someone, right? We build together, we grow together, we do things together. I don't want to enter a relationship because I know people personally who have entered into a marriage relationship and entered into marriage with contract and say, what's mine is mine.
Damn.
Before we got into the marriage, and they do the prenup and they don't, and then whatever they get together, they acquire together, that's theirs. By law, technically that's how it works, but they put it in writing. So thoughts on that?
That's another thing. Like I thought love, now bear in mind anything can happen. And trust me, look at me, anything could happen, okay? But I thought love is like, it's not saying no, it's just, doing and being there for each other and caring and all this stuff. Like, who gets in? If I'm in love with you, I'm getting on my knees and I'm asking you or begging you or pleading with you to marry me, whatever the case is. I'm in love with you. That's why I'm doing that. Why do we have to sit down and, okay, well, in case we break up, let's sign where does that come into play? Like, that cannot be love. There's no way you can go into any marriage and signing all these prenups and all this thing and saying that you're in love with people. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me give you some context about that situation. So, we're from the Caribbean, so it's not uncommon that people get married for their papers and things like that.
Yeah.
So this was a situation where it's not my situation, so I'm sharing it, and I'm sure that person not watching this show. But anyway, so they entered into this contract, let's say, so to speak, and the female was supposed to pay the man. So she did, because she was looking to get her papers. She paid him $5,000 US. And upon paying him, they decided, okay, well, we're gonna null and void this contract thing, but and end up in a real relationship.
With each
But
other.
with each other, but he still says, I'm gonna make you sign this because I have kids from a previous relationship.
Wow.
And I want to secure that. I have property and I want to secure that. So they get married, and he doesn't give her back her money, but he makes her sign this contract. What? That is just like, I don't even know how to explain that one. I know we're going off on a tangent, but anyways, we have a comment here. What does it say? When married into the two become one flesh. Therefore, it ain't no 50-50 no more. It's 100%, which means it's mine,
Right?
not your.
Yes. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess it's not about a 50-50. It's where one is lacking, the other picks up.
The picks up. Exactly.
Right? That's how it should be.
Exactly.
Where one's lacking, the other one picks up. So it's not 50-50. It could be 70-30, whatever. As long as you're collectively making up that 100%.
Yep.
Right? And I'm hoping that the other person's not feeling like they're doing more and not getting support from their partner.
Well, yeah. I mean, though that is something that can happen, but you should never feel like that. You know what I mean? And I think it's already been set that way that we shouldn't feel that way, but because of society and everybody just want to go off and do their own, so we throw everything off balance. I love that. I really love that answer. You and I are gonna be married. It could become one. How the hell? I love that answer. That's a good answer. I like that.
So, what if there's a spider in the house? Who gets to take care of that?
Who's not afraid of the spider?
Whoever's not afraid of the spider. So, truth be told, I was in a previous relationship where I had to kill the mouse because my guy was afraid of the mouse. He was jumping all over the tables. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm the woman here. Like, what's going on?
Right?
I had to take care of the mouse? Really?
Did that?
Right, it happens. So
You
really,
see?
I guess who was afraid of the spider in that situation will not be taken care of.
Like me, I don't like animals. So I'll probably be one of them. Like, yo, you better catch that mouse. I'd probably be one of those. Like, yo, you better go catch that mouse, boy.
Yeah, or do you pretend as a man? Let's go. As a Mars guy, do you pretend that you're not afraid to show your lady that you're strong enough to protect her? Even though it's a spider or a mouse, like, and you're afraid, deathly afraid.
One thing I can tell you, man, a lot of people gonna lie to get to where they gotta get to.
Okay.
I'm not that one. I'm gonna tell you straight up. If we're walking, let's just say we're walking along the lake side, I don't know, and there's trees, it's nighttime or just a little dark. We're walking and some type of spider or something just sting my face. I'm nah. What? Listen, I'm not pretending like no. You're gonna know right from there.
Okay. You brought up something. You said walking, strolling along the lakeshore side.
Uh-oh.
So now, question for you. Is romance taught or is that intrinsic? Is that something that you know as a man that you should do these things, or
I think
to
romance
woo a woman?
I think romance is just like love. There's no ifs, no maybes, no nothing. You just do things that you feel is pleasing. You remember somebody at some point and just get something to them. To me, that's romantic. Like, I've walked into the convenience store and saw a chocolate bar that my girlfriend liked, picked it up for her. She think that's romantic because you remember the person when you're not with the person, right? So I don't think it's something that is taught. It's just something that comes within. It comes with love, and not everybody can be romantic, but for those who have it, I don't think it's something that's taught. No, I think it's just natural.
I
What do
don't
you
know.
think?
I think it's something that's definitely taught. It's just like, It's just you're taught to love, you're taught to nurture, you're taught to. A lot of people don't know how to love or how to nurture someone
Right.
else because they were never taught that. Um, it's just like, because I'm just thinking about my experience working in the school system, where I'm always constantly telling teachers, you need to teach the child the language to use the replacement words or the replacement behavior, right? Because they're impressionable, right? At that age is when you start to teach them how they need to behave socially, and what's socially acceptable, right? So you're teaching those things at an early age. I think if a man or a woman doesn't grow up in a household where there's love, they're not going to be able to express that love.
Right.
They can probably want it and learn to love down the road, but I think it has to be taught. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I'm just you're speaking about this. I'm just thinking like I know I can be romantic. I'm not gonna sit down and just say I'm a romantic person. I can be romantic. I could
It
be
depends. Does it
anything.
depend on who it is?
That
The
is a fact.
energy.
It depends on the energy. Depends on the person, and what they're giving back to you. I don't mean like giving gifts or anything. Just vibes, right? So that's part of it. But no, I can be whatever I choose to be type of thing, right? So I know I can be romantic. I'm just sitting there like I don't. I'm just you talking and I'm thinking of my mom and dad and things they used to do, and just life itself, like because you're saying that romance is something that is taught, right? And I guess for life's lessons, I guess you pick up little things there and there. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel for me, it comes from a place within. It's like I feel like doing this, so I'm gonna do it, and that's just how I am anyway, right? So yeah, but you see,
Somebody really wants to be like in this conversation. I love it.
we should bring this person.
Bring
Yes.
them on. Yeah, person, show your face. Yes, because in primary school, it's all about the guys picking on the girls because they like them. Like it pissed me off. He fought a lot of guys. Oh, so you must be a pretty one. Okay. It's true. So boys don't know how to express their emotions. Well, some boys don't know how to express their emotions when they like girls at an early age. It's the ones that they like, they're very mean to or mean, the pick on. And then that's how it's the opposite. That's what we say. It's the opposite.
Right.
And they mean they like them.
That's something that could work both ways too, though. Like, you have, and even for teenagers, that would probably do something silly, like, I don't know, scratch you, hit you and run, those type of, silly games, right? Like just not knowing how to come out and say, hey, this is what it is. So I guess it's something that works both ways. That's interesting.
So
no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, because when we talking about this now, it has me thinking like, okay, like okay, you said like boys could be mean when they see a girl. Now growing up, like even not just growing up, being a man now, even I sometimes feel that way. Like you could see the most, well, what you think is the most pretty woman or whatever, right? Most beautiful woman, and you just have this thing about you that you feel intimidated, like you can't say anything to them. So maybe that's what boys are going through, but the only way to express themselves is probably just, I don't know, lashing out or just saying something mean. Because we do have that. Like you see a beautiful woman, like, boy, damn, she nice, but you just stay there rubbing your hands like
Is that a Mars thing? I guess a male thing. Okay.
hey, you and this Mars thing. Listen, all right.
Let's see the comment here. Romance and love are two different things because not all love involved relationships are about or require romance. Okay. Not all love involved relationships require romance.
Yeah.
You I don't know. I guess people show love in different ways.
That
I
that is a
guess
fact. That
people
is a
show
fact.
love in different ways,
That is a fact.
and they express themselves. I think it's knowing your partner,
Yeah.
and knowing what they mean when they do or say certain things.
Right.
Sometimes they may not say something, but their actions speak louder than their words because
Right.
they're not able to express. They can't articulate how they feel, but they can show how they feel. So, for example, the love languages, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have them written down because I don't want to forget what they are. But there's 5 love languages, and they say that there's words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch,
Mm-hmm.
acts of service, and receiving gifts. I like all of them, all 5.
I was gonna tell you. Are you gonna tell us yours? All 5.
Okay, my favorites are. I really like acts of service and like showing me that you
Right.
care. Gifts I like when it's on occasion.
Right.
What's this? You can't romance your child, for example. That would be weird. Okay.
Yeah,
What
that was
relationship? So we're
very
talking
weird.
we're talking about a men and women relationship. We're talking about battle of the
But
sexes relationships.
here's another thing. Here's a twist. Like I said, that could be a problem. It like you brought up love, and love could mean different things for different people.
Right. So that's why love languages are different. Like people do express it differently. Go ahead. Sorry.
Right. Like I personally will never understand this. I do not condone it. I will never do it myself. But abuse in a relationship. Now, for someone like me who do not understand it, I would say it's wrong because I do not understand it. In society, we would say it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people, again, some of the people that's in the relationship, they actually love this stuff. And it will make no sense for us. I know this person personally that said to me, this is a long time ago, that if her boyfriend did not beat her, he didn't love her.
Mm.
This is before my daughter is 18 years old. I heard that before 8, and I still have not understood it.
So that is any attention is better than no attention kind of thing.
I guess.
Right?
Mhm.
It's mental health. It is a mental abuse. It's a physical abuse. Emotionally, they think that's okay because at least I'm getting some attention from him. If he doesn't beat me, he's not showing that he cares, right? Like if somebody's jealous in a relationship, you have a jealous partner, and
Right.
you're saying, well, at least I know they care about me. They don't want me going out there talking to so and so and so and so. They're showing me that they're jealous, they care, but there should be trust, and there should be, the person able to do things without you feeling away, the other person feeling away, So, abuse is
It is.
it's a real thing where people have a hard time leaving those relationships because there's nice things about the person, and then that person is their abuser at the same time.
Yeah. So, well, so much could go into that.
Yeah, that's a
So
whole different show.
it could be daddy issues, sometimes even mommy issues, because I have witnessed woman beating man before.
Yeah. It's not funny, novelist. Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry. I mean, because
I'm trying not to laugh too, but it's
No.
true. There are situations, and when men
yes.
are not able to speak about this, it's sad. I do know someone who experienced.
Oh, you know someone like that?
Yeah, a man was
Wow.
abused by his wife, and he couldn't. He told me because he's a friend of mine,
Right.
but he would never ever tell anybody
Right.
else that
That
she
is-
was abusive towards him. It's shaming. Basically she emasculated him, right?
Right.
It's like she
Damn.
put him down, she degraded him, and she physically abused him.
Now, that can happen. Now, the reason why I was laughing, and I'm still smiling, it's because when I was younger, I used to witness this woman beating the husband pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Like he would come home drunk and she would just beat the crap out of him. I don't think I well I've witnessed women, fighting with their man or whatever, but she was like literally beating him like a child.
Yeah, that's dominance, right?
That's
And again, so you're like, he knows he's getting abused. He knows that people see what's happening, but he stays, right?
Yep.
Why do they stay? Is it for whatever, they have children, or he loves that woman and he stays?
Why?
Why?
Again,
And
mom,
sometimes they can't even answer why.
and that's the next thing. That's the next thing. I think some people really try to, like, they see the good in you, right? So they figure, I could change you. I could bring out the good in you, but you're getting kick and thump for the last 2 years. You should give up. All right. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, you see how far I can go. I'm a problem, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they're not attacking me yet in the group.
No. I see a comment in the back, and I'm going to bring it up.
Okay.
Because it's it's controversial, and so somebody says, okay, this is the comment. But why does a woman have to create? Lord have mercy. These is fighting words. Why does a woman have to create a situation just to get a man to feel guilty?
Daddy issues.
Daddy issues. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. How about, I'm going to speak from my perspective, because I don't know which woman you're talking about, whoever made that comment. I don't know what woman you're talking about, but let me speak from my perspective. So I'm going to make you feel guilty if, one, I've said something to you before and you disregarded what I've said, you ignored what I said, and then I come back again and I'm telling you, I don't like when you do XYZ. And you said, babe, it's okay. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. And I'm like, all right, don't do it again, because it upsets me. But you do it again. And then I go off because you deliberately did it again. You knew that it was upsetting to me, but you chose to do it again. And I say to you, maybe I'll say to you, let me make up a situation here. I don't even want to be harsh with it. Maybe I say to you, I'm going to withhold the cookie.
Right.
Right?
I have problem that.
I'm going to withhold the cookie.
No.
Because you're doing this. Like, you constantly, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. I don't feel like, I want to do this with you because you constantly upset me. Right? And it's only women make men feel guilty because I think men don't listen. How about that? Does that answer your question?
Women make men feel guilty because there's underlying issues.
Yes.
That goes probably beyond the man, but the man can put extra on it, and then she just goes off with whatever it is that she's doing. I'm not trying to attack, but a lot of women tend to carry like
baggage,
and they will put it on anybody. Right? So that's a deep one, boy.
Okay, fair enough. So we've experienced something in our past, and because we're not currently in a state where we can talk about it, something our partner did, or the man did, Mars did, triggered something for us, and we just react. We react, and yes, you might feel real guilty because you don't know where all this is coming from, or we're just going off on you, but we're not telling you that it's because we experienced something in the past. I only think it's fair if you do go off, or we do go off, women, that we come back and say, you know what, I'm sorry that this is how I reacted, but it's because I experienced this in the past. It has nothing to do with you.
Right.
So I'm hoping the person who asked that question has a relationship with a person that, you know, the woman could come back and say, I did this because this is why I reacted this way. But sometimes men don't want to hear that.
Yeah, but if the
They don't
woman
want to
is
hear that.
like, if you're truly in love with each other, then she is going to do that, and he is going to listen or accept it. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Like, if you're in love with somebody, we all have short times. We all mess up. We all do stupid things, men and women. But when you're in love with each other, you're gonna take the time to listen. You're gonna, but you know what? I'm wrong, so I'm gonna go apologize. You know what I mean? But like you said, sometimes the man don't want to hear that. He probably just don't want to hear it right now because he's still upset. You know what I mean? Just give it to time. But why? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some women, they carry a lot of.
Oh wow, who's this?
Oh, we have a guest.
Somebody wants to say something. Two people
What?
want to
Oh
say
gosh.
things. They're chiming in. Okay, let's
I
hear.
think. Can I go get a
The
drink?
troublemakers have arrived.
Can I did popcorn.
Go ahead. Chime in.
The real troublemakers have arrived.
I was waiting for you, you know? I cannot get up on him like that, you know?
I suspect that's what you were doing. You were waiting for me.
Oh, you guys jump. Okay, so what do you guys? What do you feel about? Go ahead. You jumped in.
Well, here's what I think. You see what I was saying. First of all, I didn't realize. I thought you guys were talking about in general relationships. That's why I said love and romance are two different things, which they are anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
You know, you can't romance your parent or your child. I mean, it'd be weird. Not that some people don't do it, but the point is.
Yeah, those mother-daughter, mother-son duels online.
Kind of thing some people
Crazy
do.
world.
But here's the thing. What you were talking about, folks, not wanting to leave an abusive relationship. That's something that needs to be talked about more, because here's the thing: people don't want to leave those kinds of relationship in some cases because it's a myriad of reasons. But the most common ones are fear of being alone, fear of not being able to take care of yourself and your children. Sometimes they stay in an abusive relationship because of the kids. And then that's why you see sometimes as soon as some people's children reach a certain age, say maybe in college, they get divorced, or the kids reach a certain age, you know, parents split up. But sometimes people in the worst kind of abusive relationships and they never leave.
I think it's probably most of the time is resignation. They're just used to it.
They wind up being, you know, getting, you know, seriously injured or dead or whatever. It's sad, but people do that. And what you said, Novi, about someone once told you that if their boyfriend isn't beating them, he doesn't love her. That is something I heard growing up.
Yeah.
Especially in Dominica. You hear some people saying that if their man don't hit them, you don't love them, which is, I think that maybe comes from the slavery mentality.
Right.
But it also might come from, like, you know, she might have witnessed her own mother being abused.
Going through it too, yeah.
And she thinks this is normal. It becomes normalized.
It comes from trauma that you grew up with. And so, you know, because there are people who are in abusive relationships because their parent abused them physically. I mean, you know, so there's just so many different reasons why people stay in those kinds of relationships. It'll amaze you if the person really thinks about it and really tells you why they remain. Or sometimes they don't even know why they stay.
Yep. And it's not just physical abuse either. It could be mental, all type of right?
Financial abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. How important is spirituality in relationships?
I think it depends on the couple.
Depend on the couple.
Yeah, it depends on the belief, I suppose. You know. But I think it's important for any real relationship to work, for it to work. Because here's the thing: you can be in a relationship and it's not working.
Yeah.
Listen, I have seen and read different articles on business partners who make millions of dollars per year, and they hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the relationship.
Yeah.
And its purpose.
Yeah.
You know, I think we need to be spiritual
Yeah.
because we are spiritual beings.
Right.
We are either good or evil, or we either do good or do evil. Those
I
are
think it also
spiritual
depends on the
things.
spirituality too.
Well, that's what I just said. We either do good or we either do wrong things.
Can you elaborate a bit, Nika? What do you mean about that?
Oh, you know, like sometimes you could be an atheist and some who knows, cultists. You know, don't match.
Yeah.
You know, they might try to make you do weird stuff that you don't want to. You're not comfortable with.
Well,
you know, that's not gonna work.
No, funny enough, you have relationships where the two believe in different, well, I don't know if I would say different gods, but different religions, right?
Yeah.
And they do all right. So, but I
it
believe
depends.
if you are,
It cannot be like every. Yeah.
If you are a spiritual person, I think you should have the foundation of the Almighty in your life.
Novi, in a case like that, that relationship is not exactly a true or it's not a genuine relationship.
Yeah, certain things keeping it together.
Because what you are actually doing is you are hiding, both of you hiding parts of yourselves,
right,
in order to make it work. You know, it's like you're trying to put a bolt in the space where a nail should be.
Right.
So you have maybe a driver, what do you call it? The auto mechanics use it. The bolt driver or the torque thing. You are using that and you are trying to force something that is bigger to fit in a smaller space.
Right.
So what you end up doing is you end up damaging yourself and you damage you damage each other. You know, if you don't believe the same things, it can't work. It might work for a little while. You might get something out of that relationship for a little while. But if the two of you on two different ends of the spectrum, there's no way that relationship can last and last peacefully. And that's the key. Peacefully.
Well, are we talking, when we talk about spirituality, we're not talking about religion. We're talking about spirituality.
No.
Two
It's not
different
religion. Well, so put it this way. If the husband or the wife believes in God, and Nika just made a good illustration. If one is an atheist and the other one is, what was the other thing you said, Nika?
I say a cultist.
A cultist. I don't necessarily know what that means.
Yeah, like extreme.
Well,
like
it could be a cult of Buddha, it could be a cult of Muhammad, it could be a cult of Jesus, whatever. But if one is an atheist and one believes in some higher being, whatever it is you believe in, whether you're wrong or right, that cannot work because there'll always be tension.
Yeah.
The only way you can avoid the tension is to avoid the topic. You see, like how most people go around and they will not discuss politics, they will not discuss religion. That is what you end up doing. And there's no way a relationship can be healthy if that's what you have to do. You should be able to talk about anything.
There's an easier one I've seen. Vegan and like those meat eaters. Like regular people, I would say. Vegan and regular people.
Yeah.
That don't go well.
Oh yeah.
Not really. Not necessarily.
Even the Bible tells you do not be unequally yoked. And that is exactly what it means.
No, but there's some extremists, yeah.
It just means that if you are a person and do not have the same beliefs, there's no way you can have the same goals because neither of you are not trying to go to the same place. You know, atheists don't believe in heaven and hell, but a Christian does. So how will a Christian and an atheist make it in a relationship? They don't have the same goals.
But they can get to the same goals, right? It's like trying to convert somebody or reform somebody. So
that's what I'm saying. So but if both of them decide they are going to stick to their convictions and they're going to stick to what it is they believe or do not believe, how is that relationship going to work? How is it going to be? It can never be 100% if you don't have the same goals.
But maybe I think trying to change your partner is also not good.
And that can't work, because
can't
if
change
that
anybody.
relationship ends, they go to the next person or the next relationship. What are you going to do? You're going to switch for that person too, because everyone is not the same.
Exactly.
So it's complex, you know.
A liar if I lie. If I didn't tell my partner about my past relationship. Am I a liar if I didn't tell my past?
Okay, I just copy paste what was said.
Okay, so I think they're trying to ask, am I a liar if I don't tell my current partner about my past relationship? No. No.
No.
No, you're
My
not.
opinion
No,
is
you're not.
no.
That's
I
your
believe
past.
that my past is my past. What you see, the present me is who I am today, and that's who you met me as. This is who I am.
Yeah.
You don't really need to know like young people talk about, oh, how many bodies did you have and all these things. That's none of your business. It's none of your business how many people I've slept with.
I've heard some people
You know,
say
like
that.
I'm with you today because of who I am today. And my past is my past. You don't need to know about that. I think the reason why I have developed that attitude is I've been in relationships where I've divulged information, and people tend to throw things back in your face. Oh, it's because you did this, or because you did this. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not trying to hear all that. Don't throw things in my face. If I was open enough, if I was confiding in you to tell you what I experienced, do not throw things back in my face. You know, that's not. But my past is my past. And, you know, I don't think I need to tell you.
Well, some people ask because they want to hold it against you in the first place.
That's
No,
right.
I think the only reason why you would tell them is if they are life threatening. Okay, if your ex is every time you meet your ex, they're about to stab you in the neck. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Or if you have a child with them, that makes sense.
All jokes aside, yes, true.
That is true. Yeah,
that would make sense. Anything else, they don't matter. You don't remember them. It's fine. They're in the past. Leave them there.
Yeah. The other thing too is some people, they like to remind you of things that you have forgotten or things that you have let go of.
Yeah.
And they try to bring it back up, maybe to hurt you or to make you feel bad or stuff like that. You know,
I think emotional manipulation.
That's right.
Yeah. For the newest buzzword I've been hearing people using since 2024, gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just trying to, you know, manipulate you. You know, and it's
if it
terrible.
has something to do with, you know, why you're like, we were talking earlier, we were saying, you know, I do this because I experienced this. Maybe it comes up in that way, but to just divulge information about what you've been through, or I don't think it's necessary.
Unnecessary information.
I
mean, if you ask,
it depends. It depends on the situation and you know,
and just be honest, okay? They ask you, what did you? Well, I had 10 girls in 1986. If you want to hold that up in 2025, then you know. But the 10 girls I had in 1996 made me who I am today. So
I think sometimes
leave
just
people past
fuel
sometimes.
people's jealousy.
But that's the thing. Some people they ask.
You ask, you let them know, and they just start like acting crazy the moment you start talking to the opposite gender.
Right. Oh wow! I just
but you all say this is a versus. So let me ask you a question: who gaslights more? Who's better at manipulation?
That's another very good question.
I think it's a personality thing. I think that's based on a personality.
It can,
not a gender for me.
But I think it's women. I believe we're the better manipulators.
Thank you, Nika.
Thank you for being honest, Nika.
Yes.
Oh, Todd.
Yes.
Whose side are you on, Nika? I was watching this thing the other day. These people, I guess fans, they created this animated thing.
I thought you were gonna say OnlyFans. I said, oh, OnlyFans. Yeah, but OnlyFans.
Easy.
No. they created this little cartoon thing where Batman is roasting all the other superheroes.
Right.
And so he's roasting Dragon Ball Z. And every time he roasts one of the Z fighters, Gohan supports him and tells him, confirms what he's saying about that particular person. Like, for example, he tells Vegeta his ego keeps him from winning, basically, just to paraphrase. And Gohan is like, when you think about it, it is very true. So all the other Z fighters are there. Whose side are you on, Gohan? And in the end, Gohan and Batman become partners. So Gohan becomes Batman's Robin, essentially. So, Nika, whose side are you on?
Wow.
I am on the side of truth.
That's it. That's it. And that's all that is.
I believe it depends on a personality. It's not a gender.
No, because
and how many genders are there anyways?
Okay, Joel, let me ask you one question then, Joel. If you believe it's a personality thing,
yeah,
just on average, how many men do you know who would simply shed tears just to get their own way?
How many men do I know that would do it? I don't even shed tears.
Karen.
I'm not an average woman anyway, so
exclude yourself.
I can't.
Exactly, you're from Laventille.
You're from Laventille.
Doesn't include you.
The Karen.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Oh, better yet, let me rephrase that. Who is more likely to cry? Just because.
But both answers are right if you're going back to the previous, because I'll be one to tell you there's some. I don't call everybody a man, not because you have body parts of a man makes you a man. So there's male that walks out there that they will do worse than a female. They will literally do worse than a female. But if we have to look at, in general, I would have to say the female.
All I can say is we know what those are. We can't pre them.
Yeah.
It's hard for me because I don't know. I grew
I don't know what they are because Donald Trump said there's only male and females.
Male and female gender. Honestly, I grew up the women in my family are very, very strong and very dominant, and I never the whole tears thing.
Right.
It's not for the weak. We don't.
Oh, but there's other ways, Jules. Not only tears. You need to know how to play the game.
Talk to us, Nika.
Tell me something. Teach me something about feminine energy, because I put on the lipstick to try to bring the feminine energy, but I have a lot of masculine energy. So
because sometimes like when you just act nice with a certain people, they'll give you the world. Just act a bit nice, okay, and you get everything you want practically handed to you, okay. And if you play dumb, oh my God, you're the most prettiest girl ever,
That's the beginning of all relationships, Nika. You lie to get to where you want to get to.
Pretend to be what you're not.
Yeah. Men and women, we both do it. So don't sit down there. No, we both do it. We lie to get.
Oh, but when it comes to household stuff, men tend sometimes they play that, you could say the incompetent. They have a word for that, but I don't remember it properly.
What do you mean, household stuff?
Like you ask them to take out the dishes out the dishwasher or whatnot, and they just leave it there dirty, and they say, "Oh, I didn't know that I could use this."
Here's my thing.
I don't even know what a dishwasher is. So
I don't know. I never used a dishwasher in my life. No, and honestly, I never did. But here's the thing, and this is for both male and female. Get to know who you get to know the person before you get to know the person. You know what I mean? So then, when you get to know the person and then you really get to know who the person is, you realize that, it's two different people.
Is that the happy dance?
Right? Yeah.
I think women are just taught at a very young age to just settle. So it's
I don't know.
The thing about it is, in all seriousness,
I was told as a young child, they like you, that's why they're bugging you, because they like you. No, I don't care if you like me. You better treat me right. And a lot of girls, it's like, oh, you see, he pushed me down the swing the other day. Oh my God, he
Uh,
must love me.
But
And
Yeah.
I'm
that's just,
like,
but
you
Nika,
serious, girl?
that's just people just not knowing how to express themselves. It's like what we were talking about in the beginning. Like,
Even
I'll
even
use myself
now.
for an example. Let's just say you walking on the road, Nika, and I see you, and
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, that's a beautiful woman. And I might think all types of different things, but the fact that you're so beautiful, I will not make my left foot move forward to say hi to you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
So it
there's people that treat women like absolute garbage, and they
because they don't
still
know how to treat the woman.
a
Yeah.
lot of them nowadays don't know how to do that, and they still have like girlfriends that stay with them for years. I
Well,
accepting that kind of
sometimes,
behavior.
yeah, what, toxic people stick together.
Yeah.
He likes it.
So if
Um,
you're both toxic, you'll be fighting, doing all kinds of
And
all sorts of things, and you
comfort
keep
is
going.
another thing.
mm-hmm,
You see,
mm-hmm.
comfort, you see, when you're comfortable, that could be a
Mhm.
Mm.
huge problem because some people stay in relationships because they're comfortable. Some people stay in the jobs that they hate. They wake up in the morning, they'll lay on their bed for about half an hour because they don't want to go to work, but they've been doing that for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Discomfort.
Yeah.
which
Not me.
is,
The
you see,
minute I get off my bed and I don't want to, I'm like, yo, I'm time to quit. Next job.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Someone once told me, they said to me, you know what, you need to teach the person that you're with, or teach the man that you're with, how to treat you. However you teach, like if you let them do whatever they want, of course they're
I
Yeah,
gonna
think
do
that
what
goes
they
both
want.
ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know, a woman that yells and screams or whatever at a man, you're like, no, that's not acceptable. I don't speak to me like that. Watch your tone.
Let me tell you about
You
women.
know.
hmm
Women. Let me speak to all women who's listening or watching right now.
woman.
Listening.
Women who are listening or watching right now. You see, when you yell at your child, at a
Mm-hmm.
man, you're just weak to us. You may seem strong, like blah blah blah. We look like, yo, everything you just said, I'm going to do. We're not telling ourselves we're going to disrespect you, but we are going to disrespect you again because you keep yelling. Yelling and nagging is annoying to a child and a man. Conversations go a long way. Like my daughter,
Yeah.
my 4-year-old daughter. I don't yell at her. If she don't like something, I talk to her, and eventually she eats it. And I'm like, it's daddy's favorite. Conversations. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
talking to your man, like, babe,
You
I
gotta.
really, that thing you did last week, it really hurt me. It really thinged me that way. The next time he gets in that position, he'll be like, yo, you know what? Nah, man. I hurt my girl the last time. So I'm probably just gonna chill. But if you're like, yo, babe, I keep telling you to don't do this. I keep telling you to do that. No, I get into a room and there's another pretty woman. I keep telling you don't do this. I keep telling man, screw this. Guess what I'm doing? So yelling gets nothing done for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
think it
yeah,
depends on
you
the
gotta
person.
you gotta
Tune
Turn it
out.
talk to.
down.
No. You gotta talk to a person,
You have to
especially
speak,
another
man.
adult. You talk to them rather than talking at them.
Yep.
That's different.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
You
think it
know.
depends on the person.
Well, that too. We've been saying a lot of that lately. There's so many
Yeah.
different, you know, people are just different, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like there was somebody I was seeing at some point, and I tell him many times that if you repeat the same joke over and over again, at some point I will take it personal, because at this point it's no longer a joke.
Right.
You're copying the same thing over and over again, which
Mhm.
means now it's coming down with something of a truth. Okay,
Yeah.
I can laugh
Yeah.
at it a few times, but then again, I did tell you, I mentioned it multiple times, and he kept doing it. You
Right.
know? And I was like, I don't like when people saying like, "Oh, you're talking too much," or "Shut up." Like as a joke. I'm like, at some point, you're just asking me to shut up for real, and I'm just not
Mm-hmm.
gonna talk to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That it's fair.
Choose your words properly.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And I did not yell at him. I was very clear. I was upfront. I told him exactly the same thing. He kept doing it, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking myself out of the situation.
And you know what? I think I think this is where men gaslight women because they say it's a joke, but they're serious about it, and they're saying, "Oh, I was just joking. You're too sensitive," and they want to use that.
I think both.
Is it the time of the month for you? And no, that's rude. That's
I think both do
disrespectful.
that. Say something and then say
it's a joke.
It was a joke. But for me, if you keep repeating something every time and then say it's a joke, it's not a you mean it. Yeah. It's not a joke. Yeah. But that's me. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, you know I stand already. When you open your mouth that first time I watch you, the second time you release it, trust me, novelists will bury you.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. Damn. Time has come. So are we continuing this? Are we continuing this next week?
Yeah, because I think Dill has a lot of interesting questions. What can
I think we need to get Dill onto the screen and some. Anyway, well, I guess we'll do.
Get yourself a haircut, Dill. So there's no guest for next week. What happened to next week? Yes.
Well, no. Next week, guest was supposed to be us.
Yes.
Oh.
We could do part 2 next week.
Yeah.
Numéro 2.
It really depends.
Experience goes a long way, and that's how we ended up where we are right now.
Yeah, Dale wants to know how he can break up with his girlfriend.
What?
You want to know how to break up with her? Just walk.
Just leave the house.
She go work.
Go come back.
Wait when she go out or go to work, and you have enough time. Just pack your bag quickly and just
pack
leave.
Your bag still. Take everything.
Just take all your stuff and go.
Just leave a brazier hanging on a
bathroom.
We're joking, Dale. It's not true, okay? It's a joke.
Before we go,
don't be sad.
I'll probably be crucified for it. But they did that to a partner of mine, The girl took everything and left a box of shorts on the thing in the bathroom, in the shower, the rod, the shower rod.
The shower curtain, the curtain rod.
There was no curtain, just a box of shorts.
Whoa.
His or hers? Whose box of shorts was there?
She took the entire house. She left her boyfriend a box of shorts. She took everything.
Okay.
My God.
Like, who takes the shower curtain, guy?
That's so messed up.
Anyway.
Maybe next week we'll have enough. We didn't give viewers enough time to call in. Maybe they're there. They just don't want to say anything. I know that sometimes people say, "Oh, I saw your show. I was watching." They just didn't want to chime in. But please.
They're there. I can see them back there.
Just don't be shy. Chime in. We'll do a part 2. We like to talk.
Hot shots back there.
Right there.
It's okay, guys. I'll comment for the both of us.
Are you playing both sides, Nika?
Me and Dale will take over. With help of
you and Dale. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, folks,
so
this has been another episode of Dissect. I gotta go. I hope you guys had fun with us tonight, and hopefully next week we can continue the vibes, continue the conversation here, and maybe we'll get somewhere and some answers and stuff like that. So don't be shy to join us next week, same time, same place. If you have not subscribed to any of the channels, please do so, and please share the videos. See you guys next week.
Deuces.
Peace.
So I'm Janine Zabi across. I'm Janelle Zabi. And where's Zabi Street?
So this is what the beats on the inside. I'm ready to come.
Are you, Jewel? You have hidden talents that you're not talking about.
Let's get to the bar. Ain't no bar in Central.
Yeah.
Like I said,